U.S. stock futures were little changed Sunday night after the tech-heavy Nasdaq Composite posted a record high Friday, breaking its 2021 record, as stocks attempt to continue their weeks-long rally. Futures tied to the S&P 500 fell marginally, while Nasdaq 100 futures ticked slightly lower. Futures tied to the 30-stock Dow Jones Industrial Average slipped 47 points, or 0.1%. Stocks have been racing higher, fueled by enthusiasm over artificial intelligence, with the Nasdaq soaring to an all-time high on Friday, making it the last of the major stock indexes to reach a record close this year. The S&P 500 and the Nasdaq last week reached their 7th weekly gain in 8, while the Dow ended the week in the red. The recent rally has driven the share of market cap in stocks with extremely high valuations to levels similar to those reached during the euphoria of 2021. David Kostin, Goldman Sachs chief U.S. equity strategist, wrote in a Friday note. But the prevalence of extreme valuations today looks far less widespread than in 2021 after adjusting for market concentration. With markets having digested a better-than-expected earnings season and a hotter-than-expected consumer price index report, investors now are turning their attention back to inflation. This week, investors will look for clues about the future direction of interest rates from Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell's monetary policy updates to the House of Representatives on Wednesday and to the Senate on Thursday. The ADP employment survey and January job openings data will be released on Wednesday, providing further insight into the labor market. Manufacturing and non-farm payrolls data for February will also be released on Friday. Arkhouse Management and Brigade Capital Management are raising their offer to acquire department store chain Macy's by nearly $1 billion, according to a Sunday press release. Macy's had previously turned down the proposal, saying it had failed to provide compelling value to shareholders. The offer, which previously valued the retailer at $21 per share, or $5.8 billion, now values Macy's stock for $24 per share, or $6.6 billion. The new offer represents more than 37% upside from the stock's last closing price of $17.44. U.S. stock futures were about flat Sunday after the record-setting week for the Nasdaq Composite. Nasdaq 100 futures rose slightly while S&P 500 futures dipped marginally. Dow futures slipped 27 points, or 0.1%. U.S. stocks finished Friday's trading session higher, with the Nasdaq Composite and S&P 500 closing at fresh record highs. The Nasdaq rose 1.14%, finishing at 16,274.94. The S&P 500 added 0.80% at 5,137.08. The Dow Jones Industrial Average added around 91 points, or 0.23%, to 39,087.38.